All right, hey everybody. So here is what we are doing in terms of reopening. The first Sunday in July, mark your calendars, all right? The first Sunday in July will be our first worship service back physically together in this building. But there are several caveats. I need you to listen carefully. The church has been broken up into 4 groups, okay? And so each of you are in a group, and you will have a point person for your group. And so each group will be sent an invitation. Yes, if you never got an invitation to anything, this is going to be your first invitation. We're going to send you an invitation. And you have to RSVP, okay? Listen carefully. You have to RSVP. You can only RSVP for the dates that are on your invitation. Because of limits and just out of an abundance of caution, we are not going to have everyone back every week for July and August. It's going to be broken up, okay? And so you will not all be seeing each other in July and August, but we will have church together. So as you get an invitation, some of you will get it digitally, some of you will get it by mail. You will all get an invitation. You will RSVP. You can do so digitally by email. You can call us if you receive a letter and say, hey, I got the invitation for this date. I will be in attendance, okay? That's how we keep track of how many people will be coming to the building. When you come to the building, all right, you will be able to choose on your invitation between the first service and the second service. The first service we'll be having is with mask. Okay, so everyone that comes to the first service, you will be required to wear a mask. Now, the reason we are doing this like this is because there are many people who are passionate on both sides of the argument. But at the same time, we have many of our congregants who desire to be back in worship, and for whatever reason, either for themselves or someone they live with, needs to be extra precautious. And so that service is for everyone that wants to wear a mask the entirety of the service. If you choose the first service, you have to wear a mask. Hear me when I say that. I don't want to. We don't want to do it. But if you come and you do not have a mask on and we do not have supplies at that particular day, then you will not be able to come into service. You will have to wait for that second service. Now, those of you that choose the second service, that service is mask optional. And so those in that service can have on a mask. You cannot wear a mask, but that service is mask optional. Now, you must RSVP. Hear me, you guys. You have to RSVP. You have to reply. As you come to the building, I'll give you an idea of what you can expect. Those of you that RSVP and you come, especially, let's say that first Sunday, you will have your temperature taken at the door. If your temperature is high and you have a fever, we will ask you to leave. Please do not argue. Do not fight with the medical people. Do not fight with the grushers and the ushers. And we're going to ask you to leave, and you can come back when the temperature is down, all right? So you will get your temperature scan as you come in the door. We will take a look at the RSVP. You get to go in, sit down. Chairs will still be 6 feet apart. Those of you that came to our last worship experience, you remember how that was, so it'll be that similar setup. And we'll have church like we've always had church, and church will be a little bit shorter. So we're looking at probably an hour max, and then we'll be out. Part of this is because we want to make sure there's enough time to clean between services. You will be limited in how many people can be in the bathroom at one particular time. And so we have a lot of precautions that will be in place. As long as we roll with it together and everybody's understanding, we'll get through this smoothly. And so this will happen all of July and August. July and August, hear me again, you are given invitations. You have to RSVP for the dates on your invitation. When you come to the building, your temperature will be taken. If you have a fever, you will be asked to leave. If you come to the all-mask service and you do not have a mask, you will be asked to leave. If you come and you have not RSVP'd and we are at capacity, then you will be asked to leave. Please understand these things. The only people that we are kind of making some tolerance for are strangers, people off the street, people that are visitors and just want to be in church because church is opened up. We have allotted a certain amount of spaces for those people. And so please, 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 you all stick to the rules, all the things we're laying out. You'll be sent it by letter and by email. This will be on the site, so you can always come back to it, all right? So you'll have all those things. We look forward to seeing you guys again. We will be giving out little goodie bags, so to speak, as we come back together, where each bag will have hand sanitizer, a mask, gloves, things of that nature, and we'll have enough, and you can get one. One person gets one bag, and we have it until supplies run out. And so we have enough allotted right now that everyone in the church should be able to get one, but you may not get two. And so keep these things in mind. We can't wait to see you guys. The praise team will not be wearing masks as they sing. I won't be wearing a mask as I preach. We will not be doing hugging and things of that nature. I know many of you are comfortable with that. The second service is a little bit looser in terms of those that want to, fist bump and things of that nature. You can do so. Those of you that attend the first service, we're asking that you really strictly adhere to social distances and things of that nature, because anyone at that first service is probably most susceptible to catching COVID, or they have someone at home that is in great danger of catching it. So first service is more strict. First service, worship, all that great stuff. We're going to enjoy Jesus together. Second service, same thing. We're enjoying Jesus together, but you don't necessarily have to wear a mask, and you can fist bump and stuff like that. In terms of our offering and our giving, those of you that can give online, we will ask that you continue to do so. In those services, there will be offering plates or buckets by doors and in certain areas, and you can leave your offering in that bucket. All you're going to do is just drop it down in there. You don't have to touch the bucket. Don't pick up the bucket. Don't look at the bucket. Just drop it down in there and keep moving, and we will all be able to be safe. Now, we're doing this in July and August, okay? September, seeing how the world pans out and things go, we will be back together in regular worship all together. Prayerfully, we won't have to be 6 feet apart, all that great stuff. And so we're looking forward to what God is going to do. Some of you have probably asked and wondering, well, Pastor, why did you wait? Why are we doing it later? And so many other churches have already opened. Because I am responsible for you all, your health, physically in this kind of capacity, as well as your spiritual growth. And so I wanted to err on the side of caution to see how things shaked out. And we have so many people in our church who are most susceptible, pre-existing conditions, things of that nature. And so, we didn't want to take a chance on it. And we just want to make sure everybody was healthy. The other thing is this: the online part will not stop. Okay, so those of you, because I know some of y'all like, well, what if I can't come? What if I don't get the first Sunday? You will still be able to watch online, all right? This is the caveat for online. Online is going to become its own separate campus, and so everyone will get a different message online. You'll get a different worship experience online. It's a whole separate campus. So those of you that can't make it to church, you will get a word, you will get fresh worship, but it will not be what happened in the building. So those of you that can make it to church, you should always do your best to come to church. And those that cannot make it, you can participate in the e-campus. So grateful for you guys' patience. Thank you so much, boss, for being an amazing church. Can't wait to see you guys. Prayerfully, only a couple more months, and we can be back together like we used to be, but as better people.